trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ today. I brought this up so you can see the action today. You know, the NASDAQ has started the day quite high. And we broke and we came down, made a beautiful ABCD right to the downside right here. And then this is with the Dow Jones being up about 300 or 400 points, folks. It breaks and then it goes up. And I know this is a little boring for you folks, but there's your A, B, C, D leg right there. Let's just draw it in so we can all see it together. There's your A, B leg right here. There, shut the front door and raise our rent. Let's see where we are right now. So there's where we are. We got this high. There to that high, and there it goes right up there to the high, and then look what we've done here. Look at these swings that we're having, folks. This moving 300-400 points like it doesn't even exist. So that's what we're paying attention to here today, watching the big swings that we're having. The same thing here in also the S&P. I want to show you something that I thought was very unusual here in the S&P. So if you bear with me here just a second, I will get it up here so we can take a quick look at it, because I believe it's important in all context of things. It'll take me just a second to replace the chart, but I wanted to get it to your attention to show you why it's so important, okay? Okay, now I got the chart up. All I got to do now is to come over here, and all I have to do now is to come over and move this over just a little bit this way. There's what I want to be seeing. Okay, now I get the chart back up and we're ready to go. Hold on just 1 second, and then we'll be all ready to go. I hope. And hope is a good word. Okay, here's what I want to be showing you here. This was early morning, folks. Now, this is what the Dow Jones was down, you see. It was just up a little bit, and then the earnings came out. You can see the pullback this morning was within one tick of the exact 382, and then we went up and made a new high, and you can see what's happened. We had this wild swings in here. We rally up, 30 handles, down 20 handles, so this is where we are. If we get below this level here, folks, this is my interpretation of cycles. If we get below this 382, which is 57, that's down 20 points from where we are right now, that means this trend has changed and we are going to be going lower. So that's why I want to watch this as we're doing this together today, because we're at a critical level in everything, just not just the things that we're watching, but just about everything. We'll cover the gold and silver in just a little bit, but I want to show you another one that we've had a great deal of interest in, and is doing everything that you could possibly ask for it. I just want to bring this up so we can blow it up, and then I've got to do it again just like I did before, okay? Hold on 1 second. We're having such wild swings today, folks. Hold on just a minute. This is crude oil. Take me just a second to get this arranged so that I can re-show it to everybody. And we'll come over here and mark it off. I hope you guys can join me on live trading on Friday. Should be some really good things to look at. I'm going to be in my new office at that time and have some fun. Okay, this is crude oil, folks. Now, you can see here the 1.618 expansion, right? And look, the market comes down and stops. Look at this. From this high, let's clean these out so we can just watch and see what happened. There was your A, B, C, D to the upside here in crude oil this morning. This is something that we were looking at all along. You can see there's your A, B, C, D. What does the market do? It drops $1.50 a barrel, okay, and stops right at the 618, okay? Then what does it do? Take a look. You think these markets are volatile? There's your A, B, C, D leg. It goes right up to the old high, right there. I mean, my gosh, what's so difficult about A, B, C, D? Man, that's pretty interesting, I would think. Anyway, still looks like it's made some pretty good bottom in here, but it's not an easy one. When you see swings like this is really, really volatility, folks. Just tremendous volatility. The bottom that we made right here was relatively easy to see. We talked about that before because we went down within a few pips of where we were supposed to meet, just right below that 56 level, the low being at 55.96, 20 points less than what it should have been. And so there's what we're watching here as we're watching this thing unfold here this morning. Okay, so that's why we're getting such big swings in some of these things and makes it quite interesting. Now, I'm going to make it interesting now, folks, because I'm going to switch over and talk just a tiny bit about live cattle. Okay, because live cattle trade's really good, and it's also a fun thing to trade, but I want to show you the things that we talk about are good on all these things that we have. So bear with me here 1 second, and I would like to show you cattle. So it doesn't make any difference whether it's cattle or meatballs or pork bellies or live hogs. All these things that have related to prices and people trading all do the same darn thing, every single one of them, okay? So we'll get the cattle. Here's our cattle chart right up here, and we'll get up here and take a look at it. Okay, now here's the cattle chart. Okay, this is the action from yesterday. Today's action, you can see the market backed off early this morning to an exact 382. It came within one tick of the ABCD pattern right up here. We still might make it because the little pullback that we had here early this morning, you can see it backed off about $400, and all that was, we're going to blow it up so you can see it a little better, and you'll see from this high down to that low right there, we went right up to the 382 again, stopped, and then we're still going higher. Cattle looks like they're ready to continue to go higher, folks, because you had these higher bottoms in here. We've now had a higher top. That's a definition of trend, in my position. If anybody asks you what's the trend of something, all you have to do is ask them what time frame they're talking about, and you look at the chart. If it has higher bottoms, it's in an uptrend. If it has lower tops, it's in a downtrend. It's that simple. I heard, what's his name, John Murphy give that lecture a long time ago, and it's always been the same. So if you have higher bottoms, okay, higher tops, that's good. But if you go back to time frame here, you'll see that the trend is down on on the larger time frames. You have to ask what time frame it is. See, we're almost at the 618 of this whole thing, folks. That's going to cause a great deal of resistance. Let's just look at cattle because we're almost there. We should just look at it together here because we might even have a trade here. There's our high that we made back here. That was the contract high. Then we had the big news, of course, that Trump was going to get rid of Beyond Meat or something. I don't know what it was. But we're right at the 618 right now. And we're completing a little ABCD. So this should be a time where we're getting ready to roll over to the downside in cattle. That's what it appears to be, but whether it's going to stay that way or not, I don't know. It's just going to be interesting, that's for sure. Okay, now get this out of the way here, and let's see how we're doing with the old time on the clock here. We'll try to cover a couple of stocks when we get back, but I'll do one right now, and that's Apple, because Apple has been El Fuego. It has been on fire for all of the reasons that Apple usually has. We'll get the daily up here. And it was up quite a bit just a minute ago. I don't know what it's doing right now. Well, just doggone it. Can't do anything about this, folks. This is bad data. So let me move over to the hourly chart, and that'll get us up here. You can see here's where we were yesterday, and here's where we were today. This was the move yesterday, folks. This is one of the reasons why the Dow was so very strong yesterday. And even today, we hit a high of 265 in here. So that's what we're paying attention to here, folks. So we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is a chart of gold over the last 10 days. We were suggesting that we could be making an A, B, C, D pattern. You can see we had one right here. The market backed off $110. Okay, and that gives us an A, B, C, D price objective. This is not anything that is hidden in the books, folks. It's right there in front of everybody. Oh, dear, and we'll just put that in there. Write that, and all you have to do is when you have a really strong move like that, you have to extend the AB leg, CD leg, oh, brother, just by 1.27, and we'll see that we get up to where we thought we were going to get to, which was, hello, operator, get right there, 43.90, folks. That's what we were looking for. We hit 43.92 right here, and yesterday, right on the close, we hit 43.98. We went $3 higher, not quite 4,400, and now we're down $300 in 2 days. Well, actually a day and a half. And where the question is, where are we going to go in the gold right now? Well, to look at this, you have to do something else than look at an hourly chart. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to change this. When I do that, I know what's going to happen, and that is, you'll be able to see there's where we are right now, but you can't see that because I have to make some changes. So bear with me here for 1 second, and we'll come up here and take a look at this, and you'll see we'll change the stream, and we'll get this up here, and now we'll be able to take a look what we want to see in the gold. So this is what we've done in gold so far. As you can see, over the past, well, we haven't had a break like this since Hector was a pup, and that dog's 13 years old. There's our high right up here. So we want to go back to our last low, which is right here. We want to watch these corrections because this tells us where we're going to most probably run into support. Now you can see here, we're trading at the 61% of that move right here. The problem is with this big downswing like this, highly predictive that we're going to go a little bit lower. Now, if this is really super bullish gold, then it's going to stop right here at 41.20, and I don't think that it will because we've already been below that. 40.90 was the low that we had in here, so that tells us that we're probably still going to go lower. Because if you remember, when we looked at the silver chart, which we're going to look at next, that also gave us a great deal of information, but even to the effect that it was even more exciting than you might want to have thought about. And I have to change screens again. So let me get back here to the long-term weekly, because that's where we were doing our work. Hold on one second here. Just get across the old corral, put a new saddle on this horse, and then we're ready to go. Here we're going to be talking about silver. Okay, now you can see the big ABCD was at 52.27. The high that we got here was at 53.75. It went a $1.50 higher. Now, as you can see, we've dropped from 53. We've dropped $6 an ounce here in just a heartbeat here. So this week, you can see we're really starting to come down. The last time we had a major correction in silver, which was we went from 35 down, we dropped 9 cents, okay? $9 an ounce. So we're going to check and see, move this over right here, put that in right there, and $9 an ounce will take us down here to $45. We're trading at 47.65 right now. So all I'm going to be doing is repeating what the market's been trying to tell us. That's all I'm going to be doing. Get that out of the way now so we don't have to look at it. We know it's $45. So we got a major low right down here in April. And then we had the ABCD to the upside. We've already done those numbers. No need to look at them again. But we take the big low right here. We want to watch for the 382, and it comes in at roughly 44. This is 43.75 that measures to 45. So within 43.75, 4 cents, $4 an ounce difference from where we are right now. That should be a really good spot to possibly look at the gold or silver market. Okay. Now, the fact that we made this in a matter of hours tells you, something's probably changed, and maybe this is the big move, because remember, we've taken out the high from August the 11th when silver hit $50 an ounce. This one went to 53.78. The all-time high in silver, folks, by futures was 54.50, but I just saw a program with Bob Prechter, and he had some information there that not many people looked at, and that is, even though silver was trading above $52 an ounce back in 1980, cash silver wasn't even close. And I was involved in that cash market because I was doing the hedging for the 5 largest coin dealers in the Los Angeles and Orange County basin. And it was very lucrative. We had a lot of fun. Made a great deal of friends. They're no longer with us, but that's what happened. Price of cash silver never traded at $40 an ounce, even though the futures were at 54.50. That's what they hit on January the 20th of 1980. And from there, it went down to $7 an ounce, which was a slight correction. The reason why the market broke so much is the Hunt brothers were trying to take over the silver markets with some folks from Saudi Arabia. And so the people that were short big quantities of silver were the members of the board of the New York COMEX. And several of them happened to be Drexel, members. And so, because they run that thing. And so they made a slight change. Well, only silver can be liquidation only. And let's change the margin from 100% to 200%. Okay. Let's say you have to have a minimum of $50,000 account to even trade. So they threw all those things out there. What do you think that did to the market? Boom, 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 boom. That's what did. It went down for 21 years. So anyway, this is what's happening now. So the price you want to be looking at is around $45 an ounce right here in the silver. Okay. That price in the gold, I have to equate that because I know people are going to ask me what that's going to be. We might as well take a quick look at it here. Hold on one second. Where are you, gold? I lost you right here. There's where we are. Here's a gold. Okay. We're already through that, so let me get here. I have to bring this back up again, folks, so bear with me just 1 second, and we'll be ready to take a look at it again here. Once you get this thing working, it's actually not too bad. I have to do another sequence, but there's the bigger move. We have to go back farther and farther, way back here. See, this is where the big low is, right back here. So the 382 on that big low from right back here, you'll see as you bring it up, that big low comes in. Oh, my God, we're at the 382 right now already. Holy moly, guacamole in one day? Shut the front door. That doesn't happen very often. Whoa. Yo, mama. Look at that. Wow. gold was 36. We made the 382 on that. We did. There's the 382 right now, right where we are. Boy, like I say, if it don't hold this, look out, because this is an important spot, right? If gold is really good, then it's not going to get any lower than where it is right now. I wouldn't buy it today, but you know what I mean. I'm just a nickel dimer. I don't pay a lot of attention to some of these things here as we watch these things unfolding here. And we've got a break coming up, I believe. Hopefully we don't have any. Oh, we got 52 seconds. So we've already looked at Apple. Everybody wants to look at Tesla, and we'll bring Tesla up here a little bit. I'm going to have to do work on all these Dow stocks that are up today, because that was a big surprise to see 7 big stocks, all $300 ones, and that's what made the Dow Jones go wacko, folks. That's what it did. I don't know if this, well, here's the daily in Tesla. We did have we had a little ABCD here. Let's move down to the hourly. You can see it a little bit easier. But there's your ABCD right back there again, just doing the same thing it was doing before. There's your ABCD right at that level right now. It's up a little bit, but really not too much. It's just completing the ABCD, and that's what we're looking at here. So let's take a little break here, and we'll be back in just a moment.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is the natural gas contract. We talked about it back on the 17th, a week ago, 4 days ago. You can see we had the perfect 1, 3, 5 pattern. You can see the distance between 1, 3, and 5. You have higher bottoms. That means you're in an uptrend. You have higher tops. You're certainly in an uptrend, so you're buying in an uptrend. As you blow this up a little bit, you can see we stopped exactly at the 78. We stopped at the 61. We made the ABCD. We're going to blow that up so you can see it. There's your A, B, C, D coming in right here. And then you had it, and if you held it overnight, you can see what happened here on the Sunday, and here's where we are these last couple days. I guess the natural gas trees didn't bloom like they should have. I don't know where it comes from, but some type of I don't know. I don't follow the fundamentals, but this is a huge move, folks. When you move from 3 to 3,500, that's $15,000 in a long time of 2 days. So that's a big, big move up. I was not involved in that, folks. I certainly would have liked to have been, but I did bought here, but I got out. I didn't want to carry it over the weekend. And you can see that would have been the smarter thing to do. I always run into those kinds of things, but that's what usually happens, one at a time. So, okay, now that's what I wanted to mention to you about natural gas. But I want to show it to you on the weekly, because when you see it on the weekly, you can see it's really done very little. See, it's really didn't even take out the highs of October yet. But this is a big move, so you got to be very, very alert to that's what you're watching here. Okay, now we've had a question about the soybean meal market. So give me 1 second, and I will get this up here because we've been relatively friendly to soybean meal. We hit a major target in that yesterday, but let's get that up here. And then I'll change the channel here for a second, and you'll be able to see where we are because something big has happened, and I want you to take a look at that. So bear with me here 1 second. And remember, all I do is ABCD, folks. I don't really do much other than that. I don't do any counting. And okay, here's where we are. All right, there's our ABCD. Just give me 1 second here. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my little mouse. I got to buy an extra mouse because this one here has not been fed properly or something. Anyway, here's where we are. We had the big ABCD down, okay? Here's where it's 71. Now, there's where we are now. We have missing a little data. Hold on, I got to put this data. There we go. There's where we are now. What we've done is we've completed now an A, B, C, D pattern here in the soybean meal. Now we bought it at 72. It's now at 86. That's $1,400. We were risking 400. That's a 3-bagger, folks. In other words, you made 3 times the amount of money that you're going to make, and that's what you try to get because, you know, like when you go to the dance, well, I'm thinking about my grandfather used to tell me, I'm not going to repeat that. It wasn't dirty or anything. It was just little Italian slang. Anyway, you can see what we've had here. Hold on a second. There's your ABCD pattern. Right. Oh, this is so bad. There we go. There's your, didn't write the right way. It's so sensitive. And let me just do it the right way here. 1 second. We're going to see. We're up now 5 days in a row, folks. So this is where you want to be taking profits in your soybean meal. That's at 84. It's trading at 86 right now. If we go back and look at this high that we made back here, you're going to see that it's probably exactly the good old 61% level. Not quite, but getting close. So this is where I would be looking to take my profits in the meal, which I did yesterday, and that's all I'm looking at here, is it's going a little bit higher, and it certainly could go a lot higher. But I have a game plan. I'm willing to risk X number of dollars to make X number of dollars. I can't pay attention to the fundamentals or the BS that's out there. And then that's all I have to do is to do that, and it should be okay. Not all the time, but most of the time it'll work out. All right. Now let's take a look at one other one that we've been following for a very long time. It's in the news quite a bit because of China and soybean oil, and that is we're getting close, folks. So bear with me here. This is going to be a really important one to look at because we're still in the game plan of getting to here. Just let me get the chart up so we can all see it together, and then we should be just fine. So here's where we come. And get this. I hope you can join me for the live trading on Friday. Last time we did one of those, we had a really good day. With this kind of volatility, it's going to be a lot of fun, that's for sure. Okay, now this is the 382. Okay, now we bought that. That was not our trading day. That was back in September. We took well over $2,200 out of that, folks, risking $400. That was a 4-bagger. And of course, it would have been a great short because at that point, you can see here, that's a 135. 135 on the downside, and you have also 135s on the upside. There's not one right here right now, but well, there's not even one there, but they got to have some symmetry. So this is a 135. And if you see, there's your 1, there's your 3, there's your 5. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the cycle finder here. Hopefully that's what I'm going to find and draw it over. And you're going to see that that comes very close. We'll draw it down a little bit more. So it comes in very close. You have good symmetry, 135, and then boom, here's where we are right now. This is where we want to go, is right there, okay? Because at that point, you're going to be looking at a whole bunch of ABCD patterns that would really work out quite nicely, all right? That's right down here, but a whole bunch more to the downside. Now look what's happened here over the last few weeks. We've had a minor ABCD pattern here. That's all we had. Let's blow this up so we can look at it together, and you'll see how it's not hard to understand what this is going, but we'll just take a look at it. But there's what we are. We're looking at this level. Look what's happened here. We had a low back here on the 22nd. We had a high come in here yesterday. Okay, what was that high? All right, we want to do two things. We want to go and measure the high that we made way back here. And let's get this up here to try not to get it too confusing. And then we'll move to that level. So you got to go to the big high right there. And you'll see where we come to yesterday. We came right to the exact 382, and we're already $600 into the good if you were trading at 382, because there it is right there. And this is where I think we're going to be going. We want to be watching this very, very closely because we're in a downtrend, folks. We have lower tops, lower bottoms. We're in a downtrend. So try to sell the markets in a downtrend, and there it is. And now it's starting to work. Does it work this way all the time? Of course not. But that's just the way it goes as we watch these things here unfolding so far today. Okay, now let's move over here and get out of the way for one other thing, and that is to got to do another chart. Person have asked me about the wheat market. So I'll get wheat up next, and we're going to be talking about that. Takes my mind off the cattle and all this other stuff. So hold on a second here. Oh, just a second, folks. Wheat starts with a W, doesn't it? There you go. There, this is it right now. And then I'll bring it up and we'll take a quick look at it because this one's really hard, folks. I'm beginning to think people are not going to eat pizza, cookies, and pasta anymore, folks. Here's where we are with the wheat. Let me get the chart up so we can all see it together. And we'll be right back. So stay tuned.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, so this is the wheat. Beginning to think that people are not going to eat pasta, bread, and cookies anymore. We've been going down here for a very long time. We got down to just under $5. We're trading at $5 right now. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4-day rally, folks. It can only go 12 cents, and that is really very, very what we call meager. You can see we had a small one right here. This virtually did nothing. We're doing the same thing again. If we went at the high that we made on the previous move, you'll see that it stopped exactly at the 382. And there's another one that shows you're still in a downtrend. We're only down a nickel from that, but the fact that it's not moving is really, really troublesome if you're long. Now, unfortunately, I want to show you the wheat chart, but if I have to do this with December, I need to go to the wheat that is the continuation chart, and I'm going to do that now, and hopefully I'll come back on with just a second. We'll be able to look at this because I want you to get a picture of where we are here in this wheat market, because the last time we were down in this area, let's get this up here. Give me 1 second, and we'll all see this together. Here's where we go. Get to change the screen here for 1 second, and then we'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it's no giant. All right, there's where we are. This is going back over the last 4 years, folks. The last time we were down at this level, you can see here, was down way back here, okay? Now, after that happened, wheat rallied $70,000 a contract, folks. That's a $12 move, $5 a point. That's $60,000. Nobody wanted to sell wheat up here. Nobody, okay? And what happened? We went all the way down to where we are right now. If people are going to stop eating bread, pasta, and cookies, then it's probably going to go lower. But if not, it still has a chance, to make the thing look like it's going to move a little bit in the right direction, okay? So that's it. All right, let's get out of the way here. And I had a question. People were asking me about the stock market stuff, and I'll try to get these out of the way and see if we can find out what's going on. And just give me a second here. Here's where we'll get the Dow Jones up here because it's the one that's jumping around all the time. Hold on, and I'll re-bring to where we are because this is a real important one. So we're way up here, folks. In fact, let's just get this up here because this has got some good information in it. Hold on 1 second. And there's where we are. Get this, change the screen. Okay, Now, there's the stock market. Okay, now, there was the low this morning, believe it or not. We were trading at 4,680. We rallied 700 points right to this level right here. Okay, now remember, I did this on the long-term daily, and all you were doing now is you just took out the highs by just a little bit. That's all you've done, and here's what we've done. We might even close above these highs. So that's what we're watching here, because the interesting part, though, is if we close lower, because the NASDAQ is now lower. The Russell's down 10 on the day, 10 or 11. And the S&P is, can't even see it. It's down a little bit too. So, and Bitcoin has had a big run. So that's what we're watching as we look at this here this morning. Okay, so move this back, and we'll get back up to that smaller time frame. And you can see all we've done here this morning is move this out of the way. There was your low. Okay, that was your low right back here. So what should we go? We should stop at the 382 if it's going to be any good. So you come up here. And you can see here, we almost hit it exactly just a few minutes ago here when it was at 71.31. So if we start getting below this, which is 471, then that's a sign that, yes, we could be getting ready to change trend. Now, just a short-term basis. Somebody's calling me. 1 second here, and we'll see if we can make something going on. I guess not. It's a beeper going off. My problem. I've got to reset this for 1 second. Oh, hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, here's where we are right now. Okay, this is the Dow trading. If we get below this level right here, which is 47150, that's 50 points from where we are right now in the Dow, then that's a sign that maybe this trend has changed. Because look, you had your move right here. That was 382. I happen to know it because I was watching it, because this is when the market opened right here. Look at this thing opened, and then it exploded. How does it do that, folks? It did it by Apple, Travelers, Home Depot, Visa, Salesforce, Sherwin-Williams, and Honeywell. That's how it did it. And that's where we are right now. And that's why we've had such a big run here, is because of that move. We got to get below this before it can even be bearish. Now, some of the markets are not nearly as bullish as they were before, but that's what we're paying attention to as we watch some of these things unfold. As we see the S&P doing the same thing. Now, I'm watching just on a short-term basis because we need to look at this. I have to put it to a different format. Otherwise, we won't be able to see it together. And it's always fun to be on the edge. You're right or wrong. And yes, I will get to cattle in a minute, so hold on a second here. Here's where we're right now. Here's where we are. So we got to get below this level right here, which is only down 13 points. And that's what we're seeing if that's going to be the case or not. Okay? And I hope that gives you some idea of what we're looking at as we're watching these things unfold. Now, I think I still had cattle in here. Let's just double check here. Let me put I have to get the cattle chart up. We should be okay. I've got it here somewhere. Here's where we are. Hold on 1 second, because we are right there, right about now. Okay. Here's the cattle chart. Okay, this is not going to be an easy one, but they're never easy, folks. Here's our chart coming up on the cattle. And we've got about 20 cattle today, but I would be watching this tomorrow for sure, because there's your number right there. We're trading right at the 61% retracement of that move right there, 45, 62, 57. There it is right there. If we do the ABCD angle, you'll see that we're probably just a second ago. There's your ABCD. And that's right there at basically the same thing. So we got an ABCD, we got a 618, but it's too late in the day. It's only 11 o'clock. It's only trades for another 15, 20 minutes, and then it's history. You want to carry that overnight because your risk might be a little bit greater. Okay? So that's what we're watching here in the Cattell as we're watching it here so far today. Now, may have been anything, but we'll look. Let's look at this on the daily. You can see what kind of a run we've had, folks. This is something for me. But look at this, how long this has been. Since September of last year, cattle went from 172 up to 248. That is one heck of a big move. And here's where we are as we're looking at these things here today. So going to be a big, interesting one, whether we ever have a big correction. All these little corrections we're holding speed right here. There was another 382 right there. I just drew from the low. Let's just draw it in so you see it yourself. There's your second 382 comes in right there, right on the money. Well, it's drawn by just a touch, but you'll see that it's still, there it is, exactly 382 from this low at 382, 382, 382. Holy moly guacamole. Let's take a little break. 877-927-6648.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the most important chart of all. This is margin depth. You can see here on the left, we went to 1.1 trillion, okay? Just recently, September. This is, probably had a little bit higher yet, but this was the dot-com bubble. It went from 300 to S&P dropped 50%. Dropped 56%. This was COVID right here. All right. This is where we are. This is drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. They're the bejeebies off you folks, because this is what's important. Because when that margin starts to come, you're gonna, it's like the man with the sickle, with the coming after you. thing, you got to be careful, because this is where a lot. And the new high in the Dow Jones today by 2 points. I mean, the futures did. I will check to see if the Dow Jones, the index actually, not that it doesn't, but this is why you should be afraid of being long stocks up in here. I know you've been making a lot of money on the long side, but when it turns down, it's going to be worse than any of these. It's going to be really, really quite nasty. Think of this, folks, $1.1 trillion. Back at the dot-com 300, here it was 400. I mean, this has been going up for 15 years. It maybe goes for another 15 years, but just be careful here, folks. So I tell you, it does come down, and sometimes it comes down a lot harder than you might think, and that's why you be paying close attention to it. So one more time, I'll just tell you how important it is. Lighten up, put your stops in, because when these things do turn down, it's not going. There's going to be a surprise. There always is. Who knows what it'll be? Anything can make it go because everybody gets so overbought. But anyway, that's what we're watching here today. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.